One last question. I read a Washington Times article many years ago where you had a comment about the organization, and then now it's been in the Wall Street Journal, it's been in a lot of different newspapers, and that's the Bohemian Grove. And back in, what was it, 1996, when you joined as a Clinton advisor, the Republicans were criticizing you. Oh, what about Bohemian Grove? And then you countered them by saying, "Hey, I don't run around in the woods naked." What did that mean?
I don't know what quote you're referring to. I'm not aware of any quote like that. Listen, I am a happy member of the Bohemian Grove. I like the folks who come there.
Have you been there for the ceremony with the cremation of care?
Frankly, I don't think that's something I need to talk to you about.
What the heck was happening there? This person is someone in position, and from what it looks like, it seems he's not the only government personnel attending.
Well, I'm Alex Jones, and I snuck in there in 2000. I'm the guy that blew it wide open and got the video. It's been on national TV.
Well, I disrespect you for that.
You do?
I do.
But there's a lot of big public officials going in there. Don't we deserve to know?
I don't know anything about you, and I don't know anything about your film. But if you go in there with an understanding, you violated that understanding by releasing that film, and I don't respect you for that.
What about the ritual? Is the ritual genuinely?
Sir, everything. I don't owe you this comment.
I know. I appreciate it.
This is what's called ambush journalism, and I disrespect you for that as well. So thank you and goodbye.
Been in the ritual?
It's none of your damn business.
Oh.
This is why you should be really careful if you're gonna have the 1-cent burger. So for a limited time, these companies are all selling their burgers for 1 cent. It's to promote National Cheeseburger Day. Now, this is a conspiracy theory. This is for entertainment purposes, but it got the gears turning, I can't lie. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. Great deal, I guess, but like, what kind of profit are they getting? Now, something that you don't know is that all of these companies are owned by the same man. Now, this computer person has been experimenting with insects, and they have a lot of power when it comes to what's getting put into the beef. Now, I don't even have to explain the Simpsons theory, but there was a Simpsons episode about this, and maybe they really are just burgers for a couple cents. I'm not claiming they're not. I mean, that's great that they're giving you a great deal. Part 2 is already up. I'm gonna show you the video that was in The Simpsons, and you can tell me what you think. Also, follow my TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube for more. It really helps when you interact.
If you think about it, chickens are kind of like the gateway drug to conspiracy theories. So I think if you get chickens, you ultimately will become a conspiracy theorist. And here's the reason why I say that. Because you're going to get chickens, right? You're going to love having chickens. You're going to taste the eggs, and you're going to recognize, like the one I just grabbed, thank you, right here. You're going to realize that they taste different. So you're going to start looking into, why do they taste different? Why do they look different? Why is the yolk darker? And then you're going to do that, and you're going to realize that it's because they're not factory farmed. Then you're going to realize what factory farmed eggs look like. And then you're going to look at other foods. What happens when you look at the other foods? You're going to start baking your own sourdough because you realize, oh, bread has terrible preservatives in it. It's terrible for you. There's a million ingredients. So then you're going to be a sourdough person. And then you're going to be a garden person. Okay, which means you're going to try to separate yourself from the food system a little bit. After you do that, you're going to realize some of the medicinal properties in food and in your garden, like garlic and honey and all of those things. And then you're going to start feeling a little skeptical about the pharmaceutical world. And ultimately, what I'm saying is if you go to Tractor Supply, look at all the cute little chicks, just realize
The United States just got caught hiding the last dragon. Justin Gisvold was flying his small private plane through Colorado when he saw something that made him never fly again. Justin was meant to stay on a common air route for safety reasons. However, he was feeling more adventurous on this day and decided to go off course to check out the beautiful landscape. However, he found something strange. There was a huge clearing in the forest that seemed to go on for miles. He decided to fly over the clearing, and after 3 minutes he encountered a huge metal enclosure that was nearly 1,000 feet high and miles wide. Justin was astonished and could not imagine what this enclosure was for. He had no idea who built this place until he saw a sign that read, "Property of the United States Government, not trespassing." Then Justin saw that just next to the enclosure there were dozens of trucks that were carrying fish. They must be feeding something, he thought to himself. He got worried and wanted to leave before someone caught him trespassing. However, he decided to fly over the enclosure one last time, and that's when he saw something he'll never forget. There was a huge dragon flying around in the enclosure. He could not believe.
Recent fan theory suggested that the whole show was told to us from Stewie's point of view. And if you think about it, it kind of makes sense. You notice that all of his adventures are mostly with Brian the dog. Maybe that's why Brian seems to be the only one who can understand Stewie. If this theory is real, it could answer the show's long-running question. Why does only Brian understand Stewie? What if he doesn't?
Brian, please, I need help. Totally.
The fans suggest that maybe Brian and the Griffins don't understand Stewie when he talks, and all of Brian's and Stewie's adventures are just a part of Stewie's imagination while playing. As we know, a kid's memory is not the greatest, and this could be Stewie's recalling of all his memories. And if the show was all in his imagination, it might also be why, throughout the series, none of the characters have aged or anything. Do you remember the episode Back to the Pilot, when Stewie and Brian go back in time to the series premiere? If you watch it carefully, you'll see that Stewie references that episode as his first memory.
Stewie, what's going on? I don't know.
This could mean that each episode is a memory. The theory suggests that he probably internalizes situations and adds his own childish touch to them. And when he's not involved in the situation, he knows about the story because maybe Peter tells him before he goes to bed. This could well be the reason why some people can understand him while some can't. The stories of the series are extremely exaggerated because it's all from a baby's perspective.
How about some conspiracy theory talk for you? Last week, I believe the Russian President Putin told his commanders to stop the advance of the Ukrainian offensive by October 1st. October 4th, the U.S. government is doing a nationwide emergency alert test. You know, everyone's phones are going to buzz, the TVs, radios, everything. Now, it's kind of convenient for both of those things to be practically happening at the same time. Now, if the Russian president wants that advance to stop, or maybe he's going to pull his troops back October 1st, it gives them a few days to, get back to the Russian border, maybe. Maybe something nuclear might be happening. And if something like that does happen, maybe the U.S. government, wants to make sure their system's in place, it's working properly. Maybe the Russian government may want to take advantage of that test on that date. Maybe there'll be some confusion with the, test alert system going off and then an actual alert going off. People may not really know what's going on. Just a little conspiracy thoughts for you.
Did you know there's actual science behind the shopping cart theory? That's the idea that whether or not you put your shopping cart away in the supermarket parking lot determines whether you're a good or bad person. It's supposedly a completely accurate litmus test of whether a person is capable of self-governing and living in a stable society. Because it's not like there's repercussions for not returning a shopping cart, right? It's not illegal, though it should be. No one's gonna fine you, though they should, or arrest you, abolish the carceral state, but ditto. And it's not like you're saving lives by putting the cart in its little corral. Well, that one I don't have an argument for. Basically, if you return the cart, you do so out of the goodness of your heart, simply because it's the right thing to do. You're one of the good guys. Whereas if you choose anarchy and just leave them strewn around the parking lot, you're one of the bad guys and you can't be trusted. Exactly. That's a bold claim, of course. No, it isn't. It's perfectly reasonable. And unsurprisingly, shopping cart theory sparks a lot of debate whenever it recirculates on social media or sites like Reddit. But researchers say shopping cart theory actually does reveal something key about human nature. Told you. Basically, that our propensity for chaos is contagious. A 2008 study placed flyers on cars in a supermarket parking lot to see whether people would throw them on the ground or throw them in a garbage can. If the store's shopping carts were strewn around the parking lot higgledy-piggledy, yeah, I said higgledy-piggledy, study subjects were nearly twice as likely to litter versus when the carts were neatly arranged in their corral. So can shopping cart theory actually measure whether you're a good or bad person? Yes, not exactly. Can too, but they are a good measure of how susceptible you are to groupthink. So you may not be a bad person if you don't return your shopping cart, but you are a sheep. No offense. So there you have it, shopping cart hooligans. Sorry, it's science.
Have you ever noticed the secret satanic hand symbol in all Disney movies? Because for years now, people have been finding characters in Disney movies to have all been using the same hand signal. And a lot of conspiracy theorists think it's linked with worshipping the devil.
To Pleasure Island.
And my first thought was, of course it is, because they always think it's linked with the devil, such as the Illuminati and basically any other secret organisation out there. However, when I searched for signs or symbols of the devil, this is what I found. The most well-known hand symbol related to worshipping the devil is this one, the exact same hand symbol that all Disney characters are using. And this hand signal is commonly known as the devil's horn or signs of the devil. But don't get it confused with this similar hand gesture, as in countries such as Spain, Greece and Italy, if you use this hand signal towards a man, it implies that his wife is cheating on him.
Babbling, bumbling band of baboons.
However, the devil's horn symbol can be found in different cultures around the world, all slightly meaning different things, but all relating to the devil. Now there are loads more secret subliminal messages throughout Disney movies, so like for a part 2.
Conspiracy theorists, when their conspiracy theories have come true for the 8,975th time.